have a question for somebody out there, and this person is that person that is sensitive to the voice of God, and they always tell you that, oh, before I did this, before I went to this person, God told me to go to that person. Before I started going to this place, God told me to go to that place. Before I started associating with this kind of people, God told me to do that. Quite okay. I'm not disputing that God told you. And you have to be very careful if God told you through a man, or man himself was telling you, because there are times that man can give you instruction that God did not give you. So you need to discern that this is God that is telling me. Quite okay, God told you. That is true. We'll take it that God told you. But in that place that you are, is God now still telling you to remain in that place? Or is God still telling you to still be connected to the environment that you are? Or is God still telling you to be connected to the people that you're connected to? That's my question. Is he still saying that? He said it for you to meet them, but is he still saying that you have to be there? Many people are still dwelling on what God said and not what God is still saying. Because sometimes God had told you in the beginning. Sometimes God can tell you then, so that, because in that place, there are some things that you're supposed to learn. With those people, you're supposed to learn something at a certain period of time. But because we become attached to things, we become attached to people, we become too attached to the location, to the place. And even when God is telling us to leave, we cannot leave because there is attachment. There is attachment. There are times God will put you to a place so that you learn. There are sometimes God will put you inside to see what happens, so that when he removes you out of that place, you'll be able not to make maybe the same mistakes that you saw. You'll be able to do things better. I'll give you an example of two people. Let's talk about Moses. When Pharaoh passed the instruction, a law that the children of Israel, the male that are going to be born, they should be killed, the babies. In as much as Moses' mother hid him, right? He hid him. But later, he hid him, and we know he was put in the basket, and the now liver, Pharaoh's daughter picked Moses, and they adopted him as a son. But at the end of the day, Moses was just there for a specific period of time, because Moses, at that particular time, it was God's ordination for Moses to be in that place, for a period of time. But it was not his place of his settlement. There was already an assignment that was upon him. Let's talk about Joseph. God's strategy of Joseph, yes, was for him he was sold by the brother, come to Egypt. Because at a particular time, because God foresees what is ahead, Joseph was purpose in that Egypt. Because Egypt was a fertile land, and his purpose was to become the prime minister, so that in future, the children of Israel, who are the brothers, will come looking for grain, and that the tribe of the children of Israel, the children of Israel will not die with hunger. But even when all these things happened, then the Israelites moved to Egypt. That was not, they were supposed to be there just for a specific period of time and leave. At first, remember, it was God's strategy for them to go there. But it was not God's strategy for them to continue settling there. And this is why a lot of people, if you don't, God is telling you to move, you become comfortable in a place. Yes, God took you, but he has got the powers to remove you out of that place that he took you to. So sometimes we are attached, holding back all because of what God said. But is it what God is saying now? Is it right now what you are doing? Is that what God is saying to continue? Or he had put you for a specific period, to be attached to people, to learn something, to be aware of something, to see things different the way you used to see them? So now understand. Sometimes disobedient is not doing what God did not tell you in the beginning. Disobedience sometimes is not doing what God is telling you to do right now. So learn to understand what God is saying right now. He can tell you, but again, it can also tell you to leave. So what will help you is that don't be attached to people. Don't be attached to things. Don't be attached to location. Don't be attached to positions. Because at the end of the day, all these do not matter. The Bible says obedience is better than sacrifice. Many people are sacrificed to be the place that God told them to be, but God does not want them to be there now. So beware, beware. When time came, the children of Israel, they had to leave Egypt. They had to leave Egypt because that is not where God wanted them to settle there. There was a promised land in Canaan where they came from before they went to Egypt, so that for them to have grain. So beware. Is God still saying that you have to be in a place where you are? Sometimes you may be full, you may be experiencing difficulties, you're not understanding, you're having a mindset, but God told me. Yes, God told you, but is this still insane now? Because God will only be where He locates you. He will only help you in places where He wants you to be. So if you're still holding on, then when God has already changed His word and said it is time to move, then you're making a very big error. Time to move. Hear what God is saying now. What He said, maybe it's now. Now, what is He saying? What is He saying now in your life? So what He's saying now is what you have to move. If He's saying that, stay in that place, stay in that place. If He's saying, keep staying until I tell you, stay there. But if He's telling you to move and you're still here because you have already developed some attachment, it will be hell for you. So that's what I wanted to tell you. So make sure that pay attention to what is God is telling you now. Don't walk in disobedience to impress man, because on judgment day, you will stand. You will face God. You will be able to stand and face your maker. So don't make that mistake by walking in disobedience. It's by walking in disobedience. Better you obey man, you obey God and disobey man. God bless you.